Vous écoutez Fluide.
Hello, hello.
Hello and welcome back to our podcast.
Yes, welcome back to the hidden scene.
Very hidden.
Yes,
So much.
very.
Today we have an international guest, Timon Tonic, who is a Polish DJ who grew up in Kharkiv, Ukraine. Currently based in Brussels, though. He grew up listening to disco, from which a passion from the world of Italo disco and new disco followed. Hello and welcome to our podcast, Timon.
Hello, Timon. Woo!
Hello, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing a fantastic.
Ooh.
Every day above ground is a good day.
Yay.
That's good vibes. This is what we love. So, Timon, how did you come up with your name, your stage name, actually?
Timon Tonic.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very funny story. So I started, maybe I'll go back to why my passion for DJing actually started, how my DJ career started. So I was going out a lot with my very good Lithuanian friends who introduced me actually to electronic music. It was Lithuanians are crazy. They're very the best people, honestly.
Okay.
And I thought, I saw there's a post of my of a club in Kharkiv, Kultura Zvuku, and they started DJ school. And for each graduate, they get a performance at the end of a show, at the end of their student career. And I thought, that would be nice. I have my performance, I invite all my friends, just one show. But then I started practicing and everyone started complimenting, you have a nice style, nice music selection. So I started continuing that. But before everything started, I knew, I need to have a name. I was thinking something, of course, with my name included, as I thought, it's a not a common name and might be recognizable. And I looked at how rappers created their name. They said, random word generator. I'm like, all right, let's try that. I go on a random word generator. I got a lot of different versions, and I'm like, it's a bit difficult to choose which name I want to go
goes well
with.
with Timon.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I go DJ Mag Top 100, and I just started messaging, DMing all the DJs. I took out all the melodic and commercial DJs, and a few of them responded. Rebecca responded, Enrico Sangugliani responded. Also, Nasia DJ responded. The first two were very nice. They were like, let's go for it. This one is good. But Nasia, she was like, you're serious? All right. What? I'm like, you've been such a big inspiration for me at the time. I thought, you could just help me. And she just, I don't know, very negative energy from her.
Yeah.
But
Can't please everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
But in the end, Timon Tonic stayed. It's catchy. I like it. Both have 5 letters. It's
TT as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. It's giving, like, when we hear your name, it's giving energy, like you're just there. So it's a nice name.
Yeah.
I like it.
A lot of people also associate it with gin tonic, and
Yeah.
I don't know about you,
A
but
gin tonic for Timon Tonic.
believe it or not, but it's on my rider. I love gin tonic. It's the best drink. You don't
That
get
it's perfect.
Oh, it's disgusting. I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No, I'm not in this. No, I
way.
can't. I try, but I can't, guys. I can't.
Well, it's
But,
not for you.
No, it's
Good
not for
thing
me.
you-
For sure.
For how long have you been in Brussels now?
I've been in Brussels for 6 years. I came here initially to pursue my study career, my university career at KU Leuven. I was studying business. I did my MBA in strategy, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
Wow.
And now I'm working.
Yeah,
brain,
you
big
are.
brain.
It's kind of scary though, but wow, impressive.
And why Brussels?
Brussels. It had the program which I wanted. It was in English. Trying to find a well-balanced university between the cost as well as the ranking. So KU Leuven had a new faculty opening, and I signed up, and it was a good choice. It was a bit hard. I would have done different choices looking back at it, but I'm very happy where I am right now.
Great. Happy to be here with us today
Yes.
in Brussels.
I hope so.
Very much, very much.
Okay.
And you brought your own culture here when you joined the DDE as well, Deep Down East, the Eastern collective, queer collective. What is the main public here in Brussels when you play? Like, what kind of people come to the shows?
So Deep Down East is definitely focused on bring Eastern European values, but also focusing on the queer scene as well, and also combining both. There were countless events where we raised fundraisers for Ukraine, as well as brought Polish culture to the Brussels scene. And they're amazing events. I'm so happy to be in a group, in a collective which values a lot of the values that are very dear to me, and bringing really amazing music, amazing artists, organizing quality events, and most importantly, safe events. You really can't put a price on safety. And although a lot of events or organizer, they say, okay, our events are safe, but there is not really a safe event. There are only safer events.
Especially in the techno industry, there's a lot of blurry lines, I feel like, nowadays.
Yes. We definitely do our best to push the line as to safe as we can get. And that comes from before the event to after the event.
Thank you for that. Yeah. I feel very safe whenever I go to to your shows.
That's amazing. And you also found your own radio called Fresh FM. What inspired you to do that, actually?
Well, so Fresh FM Radio, I really... so Timon Tonic, with Timon Tonic, I usually play ghetto, breakbeat. Then I thought, I really have this passion for disco and Italo disco, which I tried to combine with Timon Tonic, but I wanted a separate place. And with that, Cosmo was born, which is my second DJ profile, as well as Fresh FM Radio, where I wanted to organize quality events, as well as bring the music which I like, and the music of my friends, of my DJ friends, as well as other DJs from other countries, in one place. And the great thing about having your own thing is you can do whatever you want and however you want and whenever you want. And that's how you, with your podcast, you invite who you think would be the best. And Fresh Femme, it is a starting project. I've had it. I've been working it with Lala, my dear Fresh Femme colleague, for 1.5 years. It is still developing. I have a lot of things in motion. It is not like, big things coming, but they are already in motion. I just...
it's already a lot of projects you have going on there.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive, actually.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It truly is.
Now with all our projects, we understand how hard it can get.
It's really hard. It's really hard, but, when you love something so much, I mean, you can do anything, so that's great.
Yeah. And you said you came here for your studies. Now that you graduated... Congratulations.
Congrats.
Again.
Thank you.
How do you combine working and making music?
The main word is consistency. Consistency is
that's
key.
A classic answer.
Yes. Consistency, yeah. What about that?
Yeah, but it's really hard. Consistency and scheduling. I think this would be my main two points. I cannot live a life without a good schedule. I love scheduling way ahead, and that is why sometimes when friends write me like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "Okay, next week or in 2 weeks I'm available." But that's sometimes I just have events or some occurrences which I cannot postpone. And if you have so many projects that you're working on, then you have a limited time. But I love.
Yeah, indeed.
I love every second of it. Like, I would rather have a full schedule than an empty one.
For sure. And your friends they understood like your schedule, that you have to skip them for making music. Do they understood that?
I'm definitely not skipping anyone. I'm not skipping anyone. I just
he has time for everyone in his tight schedule.
The time will come. It is more like I would love to hang out. I can't, and it's not like I want to skip you. It's just skipping is a harsh word.
It is.
Sorry.
We need the drama, okay?
Exactly.
But I get it. I guess you just have your priorities at that time, and they come first.
Yes.
True friends should understand.
Yes, they should. They should probably. But would you consider like making music full time in your life?
That is a great question. Music comes with doing music full time is in today's world is a bit. It's not the easiest. I know a lot of people who are doing it successfully, but also it is not a job which is crucial to the world. We've seen it during COVID with the music industry just being on the sideline.
Yeah.
So I definitely I like to take risks, but I know that I also want to experience all the beauty of life. And doing music full time, it is wonderful. It sounds really good, but I know that at some point I would be working to live instead of living to work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's very deep.
Yeah, for sure. So you understand when some artists are like depressed or that don't feel good because they have to work with their passion. Actually, their passion become their work. So do you understand that?
I understand, but I know that there are some artists which their level I cannot get it. I don't think that it's about trying to copy the passion of other people. It's definitely you have to find your own passion, but it comes also with the consequences, right? So for some artists, I know a lot of artists who are quite big, but they still have a side hustle like graphic design or tattooing or some other creative art form. And I would like to experience a lot of things in life, but definitely music will stay with me for the rest of life, and I will have my Ableton record box on for all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah.
But yes, I feel like in the times nowadays, everybody kind of have side hustles. Otherwise, you can't survive.
For sure.
Yes, and we need distractions as well from our main occupations, right?
Especially these days, I feel like a lot of people are really focused on the output. Like they think, I have to create something. I have to create. And
we've been feeling like that lately. Like transitioning to creator mode, but then when you're only creating, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. So I totally get that.
Yeah, because nowadays it really like what is the most valuable thing that we have? It is attention.
Yeah.
You cannot. You need the attention of other people for your music. But the lovely thing about creating things is that you never know who's watching. You never know who's listening.
Yeah,
I've had so many crazy interactions with people who are like, I listened through your SoundCloud. I'm like, what? This person listened to my SoundCloud? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. But when you're doing like a track, what gets you inspired? Like, how is your mental state when you're like making music?
I don't think that there is a mental state for it. It's more the experiences you have in life. The more you live through, the more you can create. It's the same with rappers. I've heard a lot of them saying, if you haven't been through things, you cannot also rap about things you haven't done yet. And that is why some of the greatest rappers have the most crazy life stories.
True.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, thank you. We're going to take a little break and come back later.
Vous écoutez Fluide.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
How are you doing, Timon? Still hanging in there?
I'm doing wonderful.
Okay, cool.
Great. Well, let's get back to our questions then. So you mentioned that you organize collection funds for Ukraine multiple times. You mentioned Slava, where I was actually. It was amazing, by the way. Thank you for organizing that very safe event. And you collected so much money for Ukraine. Thank you for that. I wanted to ask if you feel like you've been able to send all the positive energy and hope to the people fighting in the front lines. And is it hard to keep that feeling of solidarity alive inside the people's mind, since some of them might become a little numb to all the horrors happening nowadays?
That is a great question. So we organized, I would say, around 4 fundraisers. I remember after the start of the war, we were one of the first to start a fundraiser. I remember we had received quite a few messages were like, what are you doing? It's not the right time. But, people, as we see now, are still going out. And if we're going to get money, why not as well donate it? And it was a great success. The first event, we organized 2 events in Maastricht and Veslava. There was another one. We definitely, the people who received the money were very grateful for it. We did see the post pictures, like where it went to, as well as the happy faces of the people. When I was in Ukraine actually last November, so around 1 year ago, it was quite a powerful experience. It is the scene is still moving over there. Maybe not in my city of Kharkiv as much as definitely not as much as it used to. But in Kiev, it is quite strong. And definitely for these times, the people are organizing events. Of course, all fundraisers, all going for good causes. But the mindset that the people have there, it's absolutely insane. They really live like it's their last day. They live today, and this is what the people don't. I don't see it in people in Europe. Is that they think they take all the things for granted, whereas in Ukraine they're like, oh, I don't know what will come tomorrow. So a lot of people walk with some with smiles, some with sadness. Of course, in such hard times, if you experience it every day in Ukraine, you get used to it. And that's something that I couldn't fathom myself, is that with all this horror going, and you see the bombs flying and the drones, the damn tractors.
Yeah, that's a whole different experience.
Yeah.
But I hear a lot of people, even in Ukraine, while they're cleaning up and reconstructing the houses, they play music. It was like, how is it called again? Reparational.
Yeah.
I think reparations. So they play music while they're cleaning up the bombs and
definitely
people's bodies.
There were some events organized like that where they were dancing or raving while cleaning up. I hope to see many more such events, and definitely after victory, so many people will be back, and I'm quite sure that a lot of the European population will go and clean up and celebrate the victory.
Yes, that would
legendary
be amazing.
style.
Definitely, that also helps keep that spirit alive of hope, of positivity. That we might die today, but let's live as long as we're alive.
Yeah, sure. That's amazing. But I wanted to ask you, for you, is it a blessing or a curse to make music here in Belgium? In a way that we always ask this question to the people who came here, because if you want to take music seriously, you want your music to be like popular, I guess. So living sometimes in Brussels can be not a disadvantage for your music, because it's a little country. There's no really infrastructure for an artist, for example. So do you feel like it's a blessing or a curse to make music here? I don't know if it's clear for you.
I get the question. That is a
Sorry.
It's a thinker.
I can't really put it between a blessing and a curse. It's just different. I know that in Ukraine, definitely the language. I have a language barrier. I'm not. I don't speak French. I do speak Dutch, but in Brussels it is mainly French. So I do. I know for sure that a lot of possibilities might have slipped from my hands because I just didn't speak the language. And for many of the native speakers here, it is not. They prefer speaking French. It's there's nothing
true.
right.
You
But
speak enough languages, though.
yes, I have enough languages to move around and to get to know lovely people. I would say that the mindset in Brussels is different as well as in Belgium overall. Maybe it is something to do also with the regulations that are in place regarding noise and just setting up venues. But I know that in Ukraine, for example, when you want to do something, it gets done. Like you say, okay, I want to organize this event in this street. We close off the street. Okay, you get the government, the city council approves it. There you go. It's really quickly done, and so many passion projects are done in Ukraine. It's something that I do see here, but not as much as in Ukraine. I just think that once so many regulations have been put up, it's hard to progress.
Yeah, I feel like in Brussels, especially in Brussels, there's a lot of procedures that you have to go through, a lot of paperwork, whereas in other places, maybe not so much. But yes, paperwork everywhere here. Everywhere you go, this paper, then that paper. It's never enough.
Well, that's what you get for having the European Parliament and NATO in Brussels, right?
It's the price to pay.
So it's a blessing, it's not a curse.
It's
She insists.
Yes.
It's a nuanced answer, I guess.
It's a blessing for sure. It's
Okay.
everywhere is a blessing. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be here, surrounded by such lovely people like you, and by so
thank you.
many amazing artists. I definitely I got inspired by so many people close to me. I really maybe some people see their peers in the music industry as competitors, but for me they're just inspiration. I really am happy for every single individual that wants to pursue
That's
their
very
music.
interesting, actually, because some of our previous guests said that a similar thing about that. The fact that in Brussels it's such a small scene that people don't see each other as much as competitors, but more like people who would do B2B and more into collaborations.
Yes, that is definitely. You do see a lot of collabs between collectives, between DJs. Of course, there are some lines in, for example, music genre or values that each collective holds, but overall, it is quite a collaborative city.
That's amazing. That's
Is
great.
it because it's so small?
That I think this is the thing, because in Brussels we don't really. I mean, I feel like everybody doesn't give a. So you can do whatever.
I feel like it's quite chill here.
It's really chill. It's really chill.
Even though there's a lot of paperwork, it's still people are like, it's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
for
like-
sure. But what would be like your dream collab with another DJ or a singer, whatever?
Oh, that is wow. I mean, my idols or like the people I look up to, they always change. Like first, I really wanted to play with Party Boy 69, and when I did play on the same lineup with him in Compass, and when I met him, I'm like, oh, okay. Like I talked with him. I didn't know. You see the posts of people on Instagram and their stories, and you think, wow, these are such interesting individuals, and then you meet them, I'm like, oh, okay.
He's just a dude.
Yeah.
He's just a dude.
He's just a regular dude.
Just like me.
Exactly.
It often happens though.
Yeah.
Someone has like that halo effect. Never met your idols. That's what they say. Never meet your idols.
No, you're gonna be so disappointed. So you weren't disappointed, but you were just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I think the progress towards the dream, like the journey, was more fun than the end destination itself. And that's for many people. That's why they say, set your goals very high. Shoot for the moon and then you land among the stars. So and I'm taking it very seriously right now. I'm taking it very seriously.
That's definitely good to hear. I mean, you seem like someone who's so dedicated. Like every time I see your Instagram page, it was like a lot of stuff going on, always working on something, fundraising, doing this, playing here, doing your studies. Now you're done. Now you're working. Always so busy.
Not busy, just dedicated.
Dedicated.
I think I don't want
The hustle never stops.
Never. I do the hustle.
Do the hustle.
Do the hustle.
Yes, that's a song.
Yeah, I remember now.
You have to dedicate yourself fully to one thing. I don't want to half-ass two things. I want to full-ass one thing. And I think giving your 100% or even 200% is really important, because I really don't want to look back and be thinking like, damn, I should have watched less reels and done this thing. Or I don't want to be on my deathbed regretting things. So that's what's keeping me up at night.
Yeah, that's
Do you even sleep? When do you sleep?
When I sleep very good. Some chamomile tea and glycine is very nice.
That's good tips. Maybe you should use
you
that.
should try. We don't sleep enough those days.
No sleep for us.
And what was like your worst experience doing like during a set?
I don't think I had any. I've always managed to do my thing. Of course, there were some hiccups here and there, but mainly I think it was maybe the people playing before me a bit too fast, or a bit stressed when walking on stage before a big crowd. But mainly I had so far good experiences, knock on wood.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, I've had good experiences, because I'm always surrounded by lovely people, especially the organizers. When I meet them, they're so good. I definitely, the organizers make everything. If they're passionate about their project, for example, like Zaika Zaika with Vlad Solovyov, or Trasbiensky with Noir, who organized.
Shout out.
Yeah, these are the two events. Or Lel Aachen, I have to mention them there. These are just such cute and wonderful people who are just full of passion. Like you meet them and just your whole world changes. How great it is, and I hope to meet many more such people who are not oriented on making money, but oriented on bringing good music to the crowd and caring about their crowd, and that is very important to me.
That's a good answer. I have nothing to say.
Yeah, you go really deep. Right?
Yeah. And maybe it's a bit cliche, but I feel like every DJ wants to perform maybe to Tomorrowland or stuff like that. Is it the case for you, or?
Not Tomorrowland. I never dreamt of that. There's also with there are some big stages where I would like to play, and for definitely Panorama Bar. That is a glorious place.
Manifesting.
Yes.
Come on.
Manifesting. Real. Yes.
Real hard.
I think it's my passion for music is not about playing, but more since the start. As I said, it's not. I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for the people around me, and to bringing good music, which you might not hear everywhere, but I know that it's good and that it brings happiness and smiles to people, and that's what I'm all about. So, for example, with Fresh FM, I don't want it to just organize events. I also would like to have a physical location, or maybe a few at the beach, where we'll be sipping some gin tonics or
those gin tonics. No.
We'll take them all for you.
Yeah, please.
You don't need I'll take yours. But yeah, I feel like that's the attitude that changes also how the people see you, because I feel like when you're only going after the money, people see that. You feel that it's just on the surface level, and I feel like with your music and whenever you organize stuff, we feel the good vibes, really the good energy, fresh.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. And you mentioned sometimes you get stressed before playing. So how do you deal with that? Do you feel scared sometimes before your set, or?
I do, especially when there's a very sick lineup and I just want to give my best. I think there are two things. One which has very much helped me was debating. I was part of the Campus Brussels debate club, and I was very honored also to be the president, and it would help me a lot to progress in my public speaking and as well as public appearances, for example, DJing. And also the second is I have learned to take the stress or take the anxiety and transform it into energy that I output. And that's
a powerful trick.
Yeah.
You can do it as well. It's very easy. You just have to you're spending all this energy on being stressed or in this state of mind, but actually if you just put it into the things that you do, things will get much better.
So you redirected that energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're into the fake it till you make it, though? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it can start like that, right?
Yeah.
Because often when we go on stage or whenever we present something, sometimes it's like I'm really stressed, but I can't show it, so I have to be like pretend like I'm not stressed.
Yeah, I think people don't see that you're stressed as much as you think they do.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, people don't care.
Yeah.
People don't care, and
maybe that's the most important insight of today. People don't give a shit.
Yes.
It's people repeat it so many times, but you have to accept it at some point, and the freedom that it gives you is immeasurable. It's really a fantastic feeling when you know that nobody cares, that your shirt is on the wrong side, or all of these other little things. It's
nobody care about the details.
Yeah. How many silly instances there were in the past, and we don't know about them because all the people are already gone, and really there's nothing stopping you there's really nothing stopping, and nobody's opinion should stop you from doing what you really love. And
for sure.
Preach.
For sure.
Thank you so much for this. So we're coming to an end, unfortunately.
I have one last question.
Okay, sorry. Come on, let's go.
Yes, we have a few minutes left. Yes. It's fine. So I recently was on Instagram and I saw your reel that you just posted that I'm really curious about, that I wanted to ask you. So it was you related your DJing job to your master's thesis. That was so interesting.
Congratulations.
I saw you did a research about the impact of DJ behaviors on audiences' enjoyment of the performance and positive effect.
Yep.
And I remember I was there when you tested it with the bracelets. I honestly, I didn't really get what was going on, just that it was calculating my heartbeat. And could you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes. So we have not enough time for me to tell everything. I'll say it shortly. So I started when choosing my topic. I wanted to do. I was told to do something that I'm passionate about, and although I did my master's in business, I chose a promoter who was in psychology, and so all my master thesis was about behavioral psychology, and the question which I asked myself is. Does it really matter if I dance? Does it matter if I move more or smile more? Does it impact the crowd? Because I see so many DJs now have become also performers, which is great. I think I love watching a good show with good
too.
music. Yeah, but do I also have to become a performer? No, that's a question I ask myself. And so I said it to my the promoter, and he guided me through the steps. Long story short, I had these trackers, which calculated the movement, the heart rate, as well as temperature, which I put on the DJ and some of the crowd audiences. I had to record the DJ to analyze the movements of the DJ as well at the end, and we also had a survey for the audience to fill out at the end of a performance.
Right.
Now, I went to 19 events and collected in total 117 responses. Unfortunately,
I was one of them.
Yes. Unfortunately, there was only 98 valid responses, and it was quite shocking results that I found out. Shocking for the good reasons. So definitely, the results showed that the crowd was very excited all the time. So they go into the event very excited, max level. Now, for the DJ, it was easier. Okay, I'll go back a bit step. So when I was analyzing video with behaviors of a DJ, I identified 2 categories of behavior. There was positive social behavior and negative social behavior. Positive social behavior, it was like smiling, grooving to the beat, dancing, making eye contact. And negative social behaviors like moving away from the crowd or just standing. And what it showed is that most of the DJs were grooving and dancing, but the DJs who who moved away, who were looking less at the crowd, who were
interacting less with the crowd, basically.
Yes, interacting less with the crowd. It was easier for them to subtract from the enjoyment of the participants than to add to it. So it was, if you dance, you definitely do improve the enjoyment to a small degree. It was significant, but not to such a degree that moving away, for example, does. Like when you go get a water or you turn your back, as in any theatrical form, you never show your back to the audience. Yeah. And that is what
so DJs are performers.
Yes.
In a way we are. Since the rave culture started, now all the focus is on the DJ. Everyone is directed towards the DJ. If you look at the 80s or 90s, a lot of the DJs were just playing music. People
in
were
the
dancing.
background.
Yeah, in the background, or sometimes in a different room.
True.
So it's quite a interesting finding that I can't wait to share more about it. I definitely did not go as much in detail as I would like to, but I can't wait to share more, and you can look more at my profile of Timon Tonic.
Yeah, guys, go to Timon Tonic Instagram, follow him.
Follow him right now.
You better do.
So we're coming to an end. We want to know if you, sadly, we want to know if you want to promote something, a next show maybe, or anything else.
Any projects coming up soon?
Yes, I would like to promote several projects.
Oh, okay.
So
for all ears.
First, I would like to promote C12. Deep Down East collaboration on the 14th of December.
Okay.
Ooh, soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it will be an amazing lineup. Then as well, I would like to promote Slava, which will come out. Will be a second edition of Slava. But
yay! Second edition. Wow.
Yes.
Hopefully, we'll raise even more.
Yes.
This time.
Yeah.
Definitely. And also, I would like to promote Drift Club. It is a nice Sunday evening party. Which goes into the vibe which I really resonate with. There are many great DJs that are coming now. It is not hard techno. It is just really to relax, since there's almost nothing happening on a Sunday, and some people want to enjoy themselves.
True.
As well as Fresh FM Radio, there are many good projects coming. Definitely more happening online, but I just if you love disco, Italo, and please
we
check
do.
it out.
Yes. I'm getting into it.
She'll be into it soon.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much, Timon Tonic. I hope you had a great time, and I hope that you're gonna come back maybe one day.
I would love to.
Let's see.
Thank you so much. Okay, so that's the end. I hope you had a great time, and we're gonna come back next week.
See you next week, guys.
Yes, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Vous écoutez Fluide.